Welcome to the Hyper Growth Zone podcast. This is your go-to resource for personal growth, mastering communication, and influencing and persuasion techniques that will help you unleash the full potential of yourself and others. Here is your host, Alex Morgan.
Welcome to another episode of the Hyper Growth Zone podcast. My name is Alex Morgan, and I'm a master trainer of hypnosis and NLP. And during this episode, we're going to talk about trusting your unconscious mind. Why you want to trust your unconscious mind, how you can trust your unconscious mind, and what this will get for you, what this will allow you to do. So during this episode, you can kind of think, what if I trusted my unconscious mind? What would that do for me? What would that allow me to do? It's a wonderful thing to trust your unconscious mind, isn't it? I'm sure you're thinking that already because you're an intelligent person. You're smart. You know how to trust your mind already. Because if you didn't know how to trust your mind, you wouldn't be listening to this episode. And I'm not telling you that you're going to trust your mind more right now. I'm not telling you that it's going to happen automatically. And I'm not telling you that it's going to happen easily. When you listen, though, you will soon find that trusting in your unconscious mind really is the thing that you want to do. Because you're here, you're hearing me, and you can answer all the questions that your unconscious mind brings up during this episode. Because your mind, it's always going. It's thinking. That's what minds do. They think. And that's why we have to trust it. Many people, they ask me, how can they quiet the mind? You don't really have to quiet the mind. You just have to trust your mind to do what it is doing. That's what minds do. They think. However, if you ever find your mind wandering or your mind thinking too much, you can just focus on your breath or focus on something good. Trust in your mind that it can reveal anything at any time that is good for you, that is right for you, that will allow you to achieve success easily and effortlessly. Many people, they trust in their mind, and many people, they don't trust in their mind. Have you ever met someone and they seem like they just have so much indecision? They just don't know what to decide. They always have an inner conflict. They feel one thing on one hand and they feel another thing on the other hand. They don't know if they should continue the relationship or if they should find someone else. What should they do? They always have inner conflicts. That's one reason to trust the unconscious mind. So if that's you, I'd keep listening. What if your unconscious mind, it's always revealing to you these negative emotions? It's saying, hey, now's the time to deal with this. And are you the type of person that just keeps repressing those down? You keep shoving them down. It's like you shove them into a bag and poof, they're gone, and you hope it doesn't happen again. Well, you need to trust your unconscious mind then, because when it's revealing these things to you, this is the perfect opportunity for you to learn and decide what you want to do instead. Because your unconscious mind, it's so smart. It knows if you just trust it and learn from it. So next time this emotion or something comes up, you can ask yourself, what can I learn from this? And what can I do instead? So what is it that you can learn from this emotion, the learning of which will allow you to trust your mind easily and effortlessly? And it will allow you to feel something else. It will allow you to do something instead automatically and naturally once you start learning from it. And if you have inner conflicts, like I mentioned before, what can you do? You can see that those inner conflicts when you don't know what you want. You don't know if you want that one thing or the other thing. Part of you wants this, part of you wants that. You can ask yourself, what is the highest intention of these things? What is the purpose of this? And you can keep going up and up until you're thinking bigger and you're expanding past different boundaries. And maybe you'll notice that at the end of those boundaries, the further you go, your mind may want the same thing for all of it. And that's what you're truly living for. Your mind already knows what is good for you. You just need to tap into those resources to really do it. So those are two easy ways that you can really trust your mind. And the more that you trust your mind, the more your mind will be there to guide you. Because that means when you trust it, that means you're putting effort in the mind. And any time that you ask a question, you don't want to so much think of it consciously. You want your unconscious mind to reveal the answer. And when your unconscious mind reveals the answers to you, that's the perfect opportunity for you to build trust with the unconscious mind, don't you think? I know that you can build trust with the unconscious mind because I've worked with many people who had no idea about the unconscious mind. Really no idea. They knew that there was an unconscious mind. However, they had no idea what it did. So many things. They had no idea. A student of mine recently, I was speaking to him and he was telling me how he was over at his brother-in-law's house and the brother-in-law said he needed a certain part for his washing machine. And my student said, okay, well, I've fixed the same thing on my washing machine. I know exactly where to get the part. I will order it for you. And since we're here today, we're hanging out, I will fix it for you. And the brother-in-law said, I don't know about that. If we do that, then it might get water all over the floor. And my student said, no, I know what I'm doing. Let's order the part. So they ordered it. They thought, you know what, maybe it'll be ready tomorrow. However, someone was able to deliver it that day. The part came. My student went to go fix the washing machine, and the brother-in-law, he wouldn't let him. He didn't trust in his own mind to let someone else do something when they had already done it before. He decided that he could do it even though he hadn't done it before. And along came fixing and more fixing. Hours passed, and he thinks he finally has it ready. And my student said, let me check it. I've done this before. Let me check it. The brother-in-law said, no. I got this. I know what I'm doing. Even though he didn't really know what he was doing, did he? Was he trusting his mind? I'm not sure. And as he did that, he turned it on, and there it was, water all over the floor. And my student told me maybe this would be a good story to tell because this person, they trusted in their mind. They certainly did. They trusted in their mind to get water all over the floor. They made sure to get that water all over the floor instead of trusting in their mind and trusting in another person who has trust in their mind. Because my student has some advanced training and he thinks like this all the time. He knows that he gets what he focuses on 100% of the time. So he knows that if someone is continuously talking about getting water on the floor, maybe, just maybe, that's what will happen. He certainly wasn't hoping this. He was certainly hoping that someone would allow him to fix it because he knew exactly what to do, the right part, the right time, the right intensity of how to put that in and how to get it to work. He's done it before. And that's a wonderful thing about your mind. It's done all the things that you're asking it to do. It's done it before because your mind has created many things for you in the past. It got for you what you focused on 100% of the time. It knows exactly what to do. It has this blueprint for you. If you trust in your mind, your unconscious mind has the blueprint. It has this design, this intricate design of everything that you could possibly want. This could include your environment, your ideal house. Everything is ideal for you, the ideal people, your ideal income, your ideal business. It's almost like that just went right in front of you right now. Can you trust in your mind to actually get those things? Or do you feel that you need to trust in your mind to work a little harder to get those things? Your mind is designed in such a way that it wants to bring you so much success. It has the skills, it has the mentality, it has the resources, it has the people. It knows everything that you need to do to get what you want. It's a matter of you trusting your mind. So you need to spend time every single day asking your mind questions. And the more you ask your mind questions, the more you're going to trust your mind because your mind is going to be the thing that's revealing answers to you. You're not going to be thinking about these answers consciously. You're going to be thinking and letting your mind reveal the answers. I was just in a group training the other day and they needed a volunteer, and I volunteered myself for the exercise. And they had to ask me many questions about different emotions that I was feeling in different situations, and I had to say positive emotions, force negative emotions, things like this. This was all part of the mind map exercise. And sometimes I would go blank for just a second, and then I would say, hold on, and I would let my mind reveal the answer. And I said, here's the answer. Bliss, love, trust, compassion, whatever it is. And I just let my mind reveal it. And the person doing the exercise said, that's right. That's the right way to do this exercise. You must trust in your unconscious mind. And when you think you can trust in your unconscious mind, then you must. The more you trust in your unconscious mind to find these answers, to ask these questions, you can ask your unconscious mind more questions, and you can ask your unconscious mind questions like, what skills, what resources do I need to achieve this? Who can help me get this? Think about an ideal goal that you have. What skills and resources do you need to achieve this? And let your mind reveal the answers. Who can help you achieve this? And let your mind reveal the answers. What is important to you about this? And let your mind reveal the answers. How come you don't have that now already? And let your mind reveal the answer. And once you have these answers, you're trusting in your mind. And you're doing the first step in really focusing on what you want. Because your unconscious mind, it knows who can help you. It has the skills and the resources. It has everything that you need. Just the other day, I was talking to a friend, and I told him, many times when someone wants to do a training or buy anything and they're not sure yet, the first thing that they say is, I don't have enough time, or I don't have enough money. I have to go out and earn the money. And I told my friend, I said, do you really have to go out and earn the money? Because many times there's probably someone, if we even told them the idea of us taking a training or us having the idea of doing anything, we've already earned that money. Someone may help us because we've provided enough value for them in the past. And he was telling me, look, a friend of mine was looking for new places to live. And I said, that's cool. That's interesting. Where was he looking? And he said, just in the same area that we're here. He just wants to find a new place. I said, that's cool. And he said, yeah, he came to me and said, well, I don't necessarily have the money for the deposit. Deposit would be needed in October, and it's the beginning of August right now. I said, oh, that's cool. He said, yeah, but when I told him, I said, look, the deposit doesn't seem to be too much. I'll give you the deposit now so you have it. And then from now till October, you can pay me back. And he said, you know what? I thought of this because you told me the other day that many times we want to do something and we think we haven't earned it yet, when in fact, all we need to do is talk to someone about what we want to do. We don't even have to have the intention of someone helping us. When we trust in our mind, though, this means we have trust in other people. We built that trust. We've provided that value. And we've earned many more things than we think we've actually earned up until this point. So think about it. There's many times where if you could just trust in your mind, you've earned everything that you've already wanted, already, before now. So what is it that you have earned? Just let your mind then reveal what it is that you need to do to get this. Because your mind will know if you trust in it. It will trust you, and you will trust your mind. And that means that you can get whatever you want because you are a wonderful person, because you are an intelligent person. And that's what really matters. Because when you trust in your mind, it will get everything and anything and everything for you if you just trust in your mind. There's many, many stories of this if you just trust in your mind. I've done the same thing. I've trusted in my mind many times just to reveal the answers, just like I was doing the exercise and the training. I spend time, though, every single day connecting with my unconscious mind, just like if I were to connect with another person. Have you ever met someone and at first it seems like it's only surface level and you wish it went further, faster? Well, that's the same thing with your unconscious mind. You have to build that trust. You have to build that connection. Right away, you may not be ready to go into the deepest part of the unconscious mind and really reveal everything that you want to know. However, you can always start at the surface, and then eventually your unconscious mind will reveal so many things, just like a person will reveal so many things once you build trust and have rapport with them. It's just like when I'm working with a client. When I'm working with a client, I'm not going to do the most heaviest, most life-changing technique probably right away. What I'm going to do first is ask some questions. I'm going to build rapport with them. I'm going to build trust with this person. I'm going to find out more about their model of the world. And then I'm going to use my communication, my linguistic skills to kind of shake up, rattle that model of the world a bit, reframe them, ask them questions, use some language patterns that are going to go naturally into the unconscious mind, so they have to start thinking in a whole new way. It'll change their thinking. And I mentioned one of those questions already. How come you don't have what you want now already? How come you don't have what you want now already? And this question alone will have you trusting your unconscious mind more, because it will show you what you're truly capable of. It forces you to go inside and discover those skills and those resources. That's a wonderful thing. It's called a transderivational search. Many questions that I ask during hypnosis sessions or coaching sessions, they make you go inside to find the answer. It's not something that's so easy. Once you get used to answering these questions, though, you'll enjoy answering these questions. And this will build that rapport and that trust with the unconscious mind, just like you build rapport and trust with another person right away. So I'm asking my clients these questions before I get really into deep, life-changing techniques, because this gives them an opportunity to trust their unconscious mind more. If I just start out going right away saying, okay, we're going to make all these big changes at the unconscious level, they won't necessarily have that deep rapport with their unconscious mind yet. So we start off building that deep rapport and building it some more and building it some more. And then all of a sudden they're building it so much and building it some more that they can create some of the biggest changes that they never even dreamed of yet before now. And once they can make those changes, they trust their unconscious mind to then fill up their life with all of the good stuff. These are the benefits of trusting in your unconscious mind. When you trust in your unconscious mind, then it will start to give you everything that you want, because you're actually focusing on what you want when you trust your unconscious mind. So spend time every single day asking yourself questions that allow you to focus on what you want. What skills and resources will help me achieve this? Or just think about something that you want and ask your unconscious mind how it can help you get this easily and effortlessly. It's the business meeting with the unconscious mind. It's that thinking time that successful people do. And once you feel you have enough answers, you can write those down in a notebook, or you can have a notebook right there with you, and you can tell your unconscious mind, deliver the results. And you can keep doing this. And the more you get results, the more you're going to trust in your mind. And the more you trust in your mind, the more you're going to want to keep doing this, because your unconscious mind is going to give you everything that you want, because you deserve it, because you're putting the effort in your mind. Yes, you'll have to take some action. However, when you put the effort in your mind, you won't have to take as much action in the physical as you thought before now. So trust in your mind, because you deserve it, because you are limitless. From this point on, think like this. Think that you're limitless. Think that you deserve it. Think big or think bigger. Think that you trust your mind, and when you trust your mind, everything, anything, all the things, everything, anything, all the things, they're going to happen for you, because you deserve it, and you've built that trust, and you've built that rapport, that deep trust, that deep unconscious rapport with your own unconscious mind. And that's many times why I find myself helping people. They lost control of this trust. They don't know where to steer it. And they've lost rapport with their unconscious mind. So I help them build that rapport, and that gets them the results that they want. So are you ready? Because you can. All the choices, all the opportunities, all the possibilities of anything and everything, of everything and anything, is right in front of you right now. The question is, do you trust yourself enough to be ready for it? Thanks so much for listening to this episode. Go ahead and rate the podcast wherever you are listening. That will help it get into the mind of so many others. That's pretty interesting. So again, thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you on the next episode.